Will Coyne is currently a student at Saint Sebastian School. Now, since his time there, Will has learned the importance of giving back to the community and helping others in any way he can. Over the summer, he and his father, Todd Coyne, packed up a van and camper and traveled to numerous disaster sites across the country to provide a plate full of grace to first responders, volunteers, and most importantly, to those affected by the tragedies. This is Operation Breakfast.
The purpose of Operation Breakfast was to provide meals for people in areas of disaster. So I saw that I couldn't really make a direct impact on helping them like physically with tearing down houses or building them back up, but I saw as kind of indirectly helping the people who were affected by the disasters, as well as the first responders and the volunteers. The mission statement of the school is love God, work hard, and take good care of one another. And so another very important part at SEBS is the community service aspect. And so I think I've learned through my time there the importance of kind of giving back to the community or helping out in any way you can. And so just the idea of like helping out, we're all kind of on the same path in life, and we need to help each other out when we're down. So we started out our trip in Van Buren, Missouri. That was a town of 800 people, and they were devastated by the flooding there. When we were there, almost all of the businesses in town were still out of business, and that was 2 months after the flood.
Okay, right across there, that's the Super 8. The street is completely flooded. I can't get through there.
Then from there, we got, through a contact at FEMA, we actually went to West Plains, Missouri, and that had about 12,000 people. And they had recovered a little more from the flood, but the problem with the flooding there was that most of the houses that were affected were part of the low income area because there shouldn't have even been houses there. So there we set up outside of the food bank, or the food pantry, and we provided for the people that lost their houses there. Then we went out to Utah. We went to Panguitch Lake, Utah, and we were there while the fires were still going on. I think they were 75% contained. And there we actually fed mostly firefighters. We fed some people whose houses burned down, but we actually fed a lot of firefighters, and that was really cool because I didn't realize this until later in our trip, but they had actually been eating powdered food for the last 2 weeks, so that was like their first time seeing a solid meal, and they were really excited to eat that. Needham helped significantly in the fundraising process. One of the things I still can't believe was I think over half of our donations were raised before we even left for the trip. So that was really cool to see people supporting us before we even had anything tangible to see that we were going to succeed. So people really trusted us that we would go through with it and everything, and that was awesome. Through Operation Breakfast, I kind of got to learn a lot about how people go through disasters. So living here in Needham, I've never really had to worry about any major disasters. We've had a lot of snow before and stuff, but we've never had anything major that devastated the town, at least in my lifetime. And so it was really interesting to see how the people were going through their disaster mentally. Through eating breakfast with the people, they kind of opened up. It was kind of a time where they sat down and took a break from everything because they've been working really hard in the recovery process to get things moving. And so they kind of just sat down and reflected with each other and with us on their experience. So Operation Breakfast was the best experience I've had in my life, so I want to look any way I can to continue it. We've been looking around and trying to find local places where we can go to do maybe in the fall or something, because you can't really go out countrywide unless you have like a month or so. We went out for 5 weeks, and so I think definitely next summer I'd look into seeing if we could find contacts in other places across the country to go visit.